have 4 deals under contract now, and I haven't closed my first deal yet. Most of them are scheduled to close next month. So right now, I'm actively looking for cash buyers, and I'm not getting a lot of traction with the processes I'm using. So I'm following all of your advice. One of the things is I'm doing is I'm harvesting on Facebook groups, gathering emails, and sending out like marketing blasts of the deals that I have. I'm getting some contact from that, but just not a lot. I'm not sure if my asking price is too high. I have gotten some offers, but they're just way lower than what I feel the property can be sold for. And another thing I'm doing too is contacting the for rents on Zillow with the property management companies. I did that for several days and I haven't gotten any traction on that whatsoever. Another
So, Tamia,
thing, what?
have you ever heard the term "facts don't care about your feelings"?
No. What does
So
that
it's a
mean?
sentence. The facts of the property don't care about how you feel about what it'll sell for. The honest truth is the free market chooses what a piece of real estate will sell for. You don't get to choose it. I don't get to choose it. If it was up to me, this shirt would sell for $50,000 and I can sell it tomorrow. That's how I feel, but that's not what the facts are.
Hmm.
And so when you have a deal and you can't sell it, it's either because of one or two things. You know what these two things are?
Is price too high is one of them, right?
Yes. And number two
And then
is
I don't know. Tell me.
number two is you haven't talked to enough cash buyers.
Okay.
So how many cash buyers have you brought this deal to and they've given you feedback on it?
All right. So I've talked to other wholesalers, and their sentiment is pretty much the same as yours that they
Cash buyers, not wholesalers.
asking is, yeah,
Cash
no,
buyers.
just right. I know what you're saying, but I got some feedback from other wholesalers just to
To
see
me, I don't
how,
care. I care about cash buyers. How many cash buyers have given you feedback?
maybe about 3 or 4.
3 or 4.
Hmm.
That's okay. Let's increase so those four, why is the reason those four did not buy that deal?
Okay,
Go through each
so
one.
the first guy told me that the ARV was too high, even though the comps were, I mean, they were pretty legit to me, in terms of, like build model, make year, and all of that. And he's not used to the market that I was trying to sell him in. He didn't mind the purchase price, but he said that ARVs were off, even though I had, verified that. And the second buyer told me that it was my buy price was too high.
Okay. What about the
Right. And
third
the
one?
other buyers, they just didn't respond. And I didn't
Okay.
follow up. So that's another thing I wanted to ask you
You
too.
only talked to 2 buyers now. You went from 4 to 2.
Right. No, listen to what I'm saying. So I vetted these buyers and then I sent them the deals and I didn't get a response back from them. So I just thought that they weren't interested. Does that make
So
sense?
to me, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So what I want to let you know is you've only talked to 2 buyers, so we can't really get too much info from that.
Okay.
We got to talk to 4 or 5. So let's increase the amount of buyers we've talked to. Have you gone to local property auctions yet?
Yes. So I went to the first one. I'm in Georgia. So they have it on the first Tuesday of every month. I went to the auction last Tuesday, month of February, and in the month of January. And the auction buyers are great, but what I noticed about them is that they really like to buy very low. And I know that you all have you have a certain tier for buyers, which I think is great. So these buyers are investors that have been, I guess, doing this business for years, and they really just want an excellent deal, and they won't stand for anything else, and that makes sense. The numbers have to work for them. So, like an ideal buyer that would pay more, right, is somebody that is not as experienced in this business or just does a few flips a year. And I'm just not coming across those type of buyers.
Tamia, what city is this in?
So this deal that I have here is in Clayton County in Georgia.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's about 15 to 20 minutes away from Atlanta.
So let me ask you a question. How many for rent have you called in Clayton County in the last week?
Oh God. All right, so Zach, all right. The for rents are interesting here because they're not most of them are not personally owned by like independent owners. They are like big how do you say, property management corporations.
Corporate owned, yeah.
Yeah, corporate owned, and the reception I'm getting from these people is great. They give me their contact information. They say they're going to forward my deals to potential investors that they work with, and that's another thing. I just haven't heard anything back from that end of the property management yet. So I have gotten some traction with realtors So there's another deal that I have too. I wanted to ask you about. So the realtor wanted her cash buyer to walk the property before she gave an offer, and the property has tenants in it, and I think that is limited the amount of times that I'm going to be able to actually access the property. So I wanted her to give me an idea of where her
Is
offer
there a
would
lease with
come
this
at.
tenant?
Say it again.
Is there a lease with this tenant?
There's no lease with the
Okay.
tenant. It's a probate. They're not paying anything. It looks
Bad.
like an eviction will have to take place. I had this deal under contract for 5 months, and I literally just got in the house 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
So I really don't want to waste my time with a buyer that may not be offering something that is worthwhile. So I kind of wanted to get an idea of what would her offer be before she actually walks the property, because I don't think that I'll have a chance to get into the property again with another buyer. Does that make sense?
I agree. So how many, I want to ask, how many cash buyers on Zillow? So let's say, how many landlord buyers have you talked to in the past 7 days that were not corporate owned?
They're not corporate owned. Okay, so I sent this deal to legitimately about 10 people, and these are people that I met at the
Yeah, we got to
foreclosure.
focus here. How many buyers have you talked to on Zillow that have a property for rent in the past 7 days?
I
I need to know the
haven't.
facts. You
No.
haven't.
Yeah, I haven't. Only the property management companies. I haven't talked to any independent buyers. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah. So do you see this address right here?
Mm-hmm.
This was listed a day ago. Nicole Braggs and Michael Braggs. They don't look like a corporation. They
Okay.
listed this property for rent. You should have
Right.
called them.
Okay, I see where you're going with this. So Zach, what I've been doing is I don't have any deals in Jonesboro, right? But I look in areas where the property is actually at. So you're suggesting that I
It's in
look
the same
in the
county.
vicinity,
If it's in the same county, it's
in the
okay.
same county. Okay, I got it. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'll do that.
Yeah. So you didn't tell me the city, so I just assumed it was Clayton County.
Yeah, and Jonesboro is in Clayton County. That's correct.
Boom. So they might want to buy some more.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Okay, I'll try that.
You're not going to try it. You have to. If you want to sell this deal, you're going to have to pump the numbers up.
Yes, you're right. You definitely are right.
So that's how you sell your deal. And then also number 2, probably most importantly, is I need you to go to Walmart and spend 30 cents on a battery for your fire detector. Okay. Please. It doesn't sound professional with cash buyers. It doesn't sound professional with sellers. And it annoys the heck out of me. I don't know how you sleep at night, honestly.
I don't hear it. Somebody else told me that too.
I heard it.
I know someone else told me. Another man told me that, but I don't hear it. But I am going to do that. I'm definitely going to do that.
Okay, please. If there's a fire, I want you to be safe. It's a win-win. My ears are safe and you're safe. That's it.
All right, Zach. So I know I don't want to hold you up too long, but I do kind of want to go through
Go ahead, tell me.
I really do need help on this whole process. Once I gain a rapport with a cash buyer, after I vet them, do I request that they do I request that they put an offer in before I show them the property? I mean, what's your take on that?
They have to
gotta
see it. Okay.
Okay.
Like I've always said this, like if somebody has they say you have some Jordans, like some like really cool retro ones, and you're gonna pay $800, but you can't look in the box. You have to trust me what I have to say. I'm gonna look at the box before I give you the money. Okay.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. What about bringing multiple buyers into the property? I mean, what's your limit on that? I've heard stories about
as many as you can, really. As many as you want, but like if there's a tenant, you're probably going to put 3 or 4 at most.
Okay, so set it up on the same day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where I have multiple
or you can do
buyers.
multiple days. I mean, whatever it works.
Okay. All right, I got it now.
All right, you're going to have to start calling these people in the county.
Yeah, I got a better understanding of that now. Thank you.
All right, appreciate it.